You have felt it before. The moment you walk into a room and sense something is off. The pause before someone speaks, the flicker in their eyes, a shift in posture, a silence that carries weight. You knew, but you questioned yourself. That ends now. This is the moment everything changes for you. You will no longer guess. You will no longer hesitate. You will no longer silence your instincts. You will see clearly, calmly, decisively. Human behavior is not random. It follows patterns. It leaves signals. It reveals clues in tone, timing, tension, and movement. Most people rush past these signals. You will not. You're about to sharpen your awareness. Imagine walking into any conversation with quiet certainty. No fear, no confusion, no second guessing. Just clarity, just presence, just control. Stand still, breathe. Feel the shift inside you. You are learning to read what is unspoken, to understand what is hidden beneath words, to sense confidence, insecurity, honesty, and hesitation without being told. This is not about suspicion. It is about strength. It is about strength. It is about leadership. It is about moving through the world awake. From this moment forward, you trust your perception. You observe before you react. You listen beyond the surface. You notice what others miss. And once your eyes are open, you cannot close them again. Chapter 1. The observer awakens. You begin with stillness, not action, not reaction. Stillness. Most people rush through rooms, through conversations, through life. They speak quickly. They decide quickly. They decide quickly. They decide quickly. They judge quickly. Speed feels powerful to them. Movement feels like control. But leaders do something different. They slow down. They observe. Awareness precedes influence. It always has. You cannot lead what you do not understand. You cannot guide what you have not first seen clearly. And so your first discipline is not dominance. It is perception. Observe. Be still. Watch first. There is strength in silence. Not the silence of fear. Not the silence of uncertainty. The silence of someone who is gathering information. The silence of someone who is choosing when to move. When you walk into a room, resist the urge to announce yourself with noise. Instead, let your presence settle. Notice who is speaking. Notice who interrupts. Notice who withdraws. Notice who scans the room for approval. Micro-behaviors reveal more than grand speeches ever could. A tightening of the jaw, a brief glance away, a shift in breathing. A hand that fidgets, then freezes. These are not random movements. They are signals, and you are training yourself to see them. At first, you may feel the tension of slowing down while others move quickly. You may feel the pressure to respond immediately, to fill silence, to prove yourself through constant engagement. Do not rush. Stay steady. The one who controls pace controls perception. Imagine an eagle circling high above the ground. Below there is movement, noise, urgency. Small creatures scrambling in every direction. But the eagle does not panic. It does not dart aimlessly. It studies, it watches patterns. It waits for the right moment to descend. You are becoming that observer, above the chaos, calm in the noise, clear in the confusion. This is not detachment. It is awareness sharpened into power. When someone speaks, do not only hear their words, watch their timing. Do they hesitate before answering a simple question? Do they over-explain? Do they lean forward when challenged, or lean back? Notice the rhythm of interaction. Who seeks approval? Who commands space? Who avoids eye contact when topics shift? Observe. Be still. Watch first. Your old self may have rushed to respond. Your old self may have mistaken speed for strength. But you are evolving. You are becoming disciplined in perception. You are learning that the loudest person is rarely the strongest. The calmest person often sees the most. Silence is not empty. It is full of information. When you choose silence, you create space. And in that space, others reveal themselves. They fill it with insecurity, with confidence, with ambition. Let them. You do not need to interrupt revelation. You need to recognize it. There is subtle tension in this practice. You are resisting impulse. You are resisting impulse. You are resisting the urge to react instantly. That restraint builds internal pressure. You feel the moment stretching. You feel the silence deepening. Hold it. Stay composed. The longer you remain steady, the more clearly you see. Presence itself becomes dominance, not aggressive dominance, not forced authority, natural authority, the authority of someone who is fully aware. When you stand grounded, when your movements are deliberate, when your eyes are attentive but calm, people sense it. They adjust around you. They measure their words more carefully. They become aware that they are being seen. You do not need to announce that you are observing. Your stillness communicates it. Consider the difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is immediate and emotional. Response is measured and intentional. The observer chooses response. You are training your mind to widen its focus. Instead of locking onto one detail, you expand your awareness. You notice the room temperature, the energy shifts, the unspoken tension between two people who avoid looking at each other. This is not intuition alone, it is disciplined attention, and disciplined attention changes everything. Imagine entering a meeting and already sensing the emotional temperature. You feel who is confident, you sense who is defensive, you detect who is uncertain before a single agenda item is discussed. Imagine speaking only after you have mapped the room internally. You know where resistance lies. You know where support waits. You move strategically. This is leadership born from awareness. Be still. Observe. Watch first. There will be moments when others mistake your quiet for passivity. Let them. While they measure you inaccurately, you are measuring them precisely. That is advantage. The eagle does not explain its altitude. It uses it. As you continue this practice, you will notice something profound. The world slows down for you, not because time changes, but because your perception sharpens. Conversations feel clearer, interactions feel layered. You see the difference between performance and authenticity. You begin to recognize congruence. When words align with posture, tone, and timing, there is coherence. When they do not, there is fracture. You notice the fracture, and you do not panic when you see it. You remain calm. Calm awareness unsettles chaos. You are not looking for flaws. You are looking for patterns. Patterns of comfort. Patterns of leadership and hesitation. Micro-behaviors accumulate into insight. A repeated downward glance when finances are mentioned. A subtle smile when power shifts. A straightening of posture when challenged. These are pieces of a larger picture, and you are assembling it in real time. The tension rises again when you resist jumping to conclusions. Observation requires patience. Patience requires discipline. Discipline builds authority. Stay with it. You are strengthening a muscle that most people neglect. Observe. Be still. Watch first. Feel the shift inside you. The urgency to speak is replaced by the strength to wait. The need to prove is replaced by the ability to perceive. This is relief. Relief from constant reaction. Relief from guessing blindly. Relief from emotional whiplash. You are not chasing control. You are cultivating clarity, and clarity brings confidence. When you finally speak, your words carry weight because they are informed. They are precise. They land exactly where they need to. Others may not understand why your statements feel decisive. They will only feel their impact. It began with stillness. It began with slowing down. It began with choosing to see. Imagine weeks from now, months from now, you enter rooms with quiet command. You do not scan nervously, you absorb calmly. You read subtle shifts effortlessly. People sense your steadiness. They feel understood in your presence. They become more transparent without realizing it. Because you are fully aware, you no longer rush to fill silence. You allow it to work for you. You no longer speak to compete. You speak to clarify. The observer in you has awakened, and with that awakening comes responsibility to use perception ethically, to guide rather than manipulate, to lead with strength and integrity. This is your foundation. Before influence, awareness. Before command, observation. Before movement, stillness. Stand grounded now. Feel your breath steady. Let your eyes soften and widen. Say it quietly within yourself. I am aware. Again, I am aware. This is the beginning of power. Chapter 2. The language without words. Before a single word is spoken, a conversation has already begun. The body speaks first. It speaks in angles, in tension, in distance, in breath, in stillness. It reveals agreement before agreement is declared. It reveals resistance before objection is voiced. And if you are present, truly present, you will hear it. Most people listen only to language. They wait for sentences. They wait for statements. They wait for clarity to arrive wrapped in words. But leaders read the room before the room speaks. Look closer. Trust your perception. Stand grounded. Posture is not random. It is a declaration. A straight spine is not only physical alignment, it signals certainty. A collapsed chest does not only show fatigue, it may reveal hesitation, doubt, or withdrawal. When someone expands their frame, shoulders back, chin level, they are claiming space. When they shrink, inward arms tight, shoulders curved, they are protecting something. You are learning to see the difference. Two negotiators sit across a table. The first speaks smoothly. His voice is steady. His sentences are polished. He leans forward slightly, palms open on the table. His shoulders remain relaxed. His movements are measured, not frantic. He holds eye contact when he listens. When he responds, his gestures align with his message. The second speaks just as confidently, at least in words, but his arms fold tightly across his chest. His legs cross away from the table. His chin tilts upward defensively. When a difficult topic arises, he looks down for a fraction of a second before answering. His voice remains firm, yet his body closes. Both speak. Only one aligns. The body speaks before the mouth does. You once may have focused only on what was said. You may have taken confidence at face value, trusted tone without studying posture. That was your old self, distracted, moving quickly, absorbing words without observing signals. But you are evolving. You are slowing down. You are watching the alignment between message and movement. Look at the hands. Open palms often signal openness. Hidden hands signal restraint. Fingers that tap rapidly reveal impatience or internal pressure. A hand that rests calmly reveals composure. Notice distance. When someone leans in during agreement and leans back during discomfort, their body maps their emotional terrain. You do not need them to confess uncertainty. Their posture already has. Eye movement tells stories, words avoid. Eyes that hold contact steadily suggest confidence and engagement. Eyes that dart rapidly during simple questions may signal cognitive strain. Eyes that blink excessively during pressure may reveal stress. A gaze that drops when challenged may indicate vulnerability or calculation. You are not judging, you are observing. Look closer. Trust your perception. Stand grounded. Defensive gestures are subtle armor. Crossed arms, crossed legs angled away, a hand covering the neck, a palm pressed against the chest as if guarding something unseen. These gestures do not condemn a person, they inform you. They show where tension lives. Open gestures invite connection. Palms visible, shoulders relaxed, feet pointed toward engagement. When someone turns their entire body toward you, alignment increases. When their torso angles away, distance increases. You are mapping this silently. Transformation begins quietly. No one applauds you for noticing. No one announces that your awareness has sharpened. It happens internally. Subtly, you begin to see layers where once there was only surface. At first, tension may rise. You are processing more information than before. You are seeing contradictions. You are noticing when confidence is performed and when it is embodied. Stay calm. Do not rush to conclusions. Observation precedes interpretation. Two negotiators again. The first remains open when challenged. His hands stay visible. His posture remains stable. He nods slowly when hearing opposition. He does not retreat physically from pressure. The second negotiator, when challenged, tightens. His jaw clenches. His arms cross more tightly. He shifts in his seat. He clears his throat before answering. His words remain assertive, but his body contracts. You see the fracture, not to attack, not to exploit, to understand. Your old self may have missed that shift. Your old self may have been distracted by surface charisma, but you are different now. You are disciplined. You are present. Stand grounded. Grounded means your own body remains steady while you observe others. If you mirror every tension you detect, you lose clarity. Stability gives you perspective. When others shift, you remain centered. That contrast increases your influence. You begin to notice synchronization. When people agree genuinely, their movements often mirror unconsciously. When disagreement forms, synchronization breaks, gestures misalign, eye contact reduces, space increases. The body announces dissonance long before words do. Look closer. You walk into a room. Two colleagues are speaking softly. One leans toward the other nods. When you enter, one immediately straightens and adjusts posture. The energy shifts. That adjustment is information. It tells you awareness has changed. It tells you your awareness has changed. It tells you your presence altered the dynamic. This is not paranoia. It is perception. Trust your perception. There will be moments when your old habits attempt to return. Distraction will whisper. Speed will tempt you. You will feel the urge to respond quickly instead of observe deeply. Pause. Reclaim your discipline. You are not in a race. You are in a study. When someone says they are comfortable but their shoulders rise toward their ears, tension lives there. When someone claims agreement but their lips press tightly together, reservation lives there. When someone speaks calmly but grits the edge of a table, pressure lives there. These are signals. You do not confront every signal. You register them. You hold them in awareness. Over time, patterns reveal consistency. The body speaks first. Your role is to listen. Imagine walking into high-level discussions months from now. While others debate verbally, you quietly observe physical alignment. You detect who supports which idea by subtle nods. You see resistance forming before it becomes vocal opposition. You adjust your approach accordingly. That is strategic awareness. Look closer. Trust your perception. Stand grounded. Grounded means breathing slowly. Shoulders relaxed, movements deliberate. When your body remains open, others unconsciously mirror stability. When you fold into yourself, tension multiplies. Leadership begins with self-regulation. The power of posture extends to you. When you stand tall, not rigid, but aligned, you send a signal to yourself. Confidence is reinforced internally before it is perceived externally. Your body and mind communicate constantly. Align them. Your old self may have slouched under pressure. Your old self may have crossed arms defensively without noticing. Now you are aware. You correct gently. You expand your frame. You breathe deeply. Transformation is subtle but powerful. You are training yourself to notice micro movements. A shoulder twitch, a brief eyebrow raise, a foot tapping once before stillness. These are small signals, but small signals accumulate into clarity. You see clearly now. Say it internally. I see clearly. Again, I see clearly. You are not becoming hypercritical. You are becoming attentive. There is a difference. Criticism seeks flaws. Attention seeks truth. When someone's body aligns with their message, trust deepens. When misalignment appears, curiosity grows. You ask better questions. You slow the pace. You allow space for truth to surface. Stand grounded. In moments of confrontation, body language intensifies. Voices may remain measured, but feet angle toward exits. Hands tighten. Breathing shortens. You see escalation before it erupts. Because you are watching, look closer. You do not interrupt. You do not accuse. You observe and adjust. Sometimes a simple pause shifts the energy. Sometimes a calm question softens defensive posture. Your awareness gives you options, and options create power. The negotiators again. The first, open and steady, senses tension from the other. Instead of pushing harder, he slows down. He uncrosses his own legs. He places both palms openly on the table. His tone softens slightly. The other gradually mirrors openness. Influence without aggression. This is mastery. The body speaks before the mouth does. It reveals fear. It reveals pride. It reveals excitement. It reveals doubt. You are not overwhelmed by this information. You are empowered by it. Your old self may have depended on words alone. Now you read the silent conversation happening beneath the surface. Look closer. Trust your perception. Stand grounded. Transformation continues quietly. No applause, no spotlight. Just sharpened awareness. Just increased clarity. Just growing confidence. Imagine the next conversation you enter. Instead of reacting instantly, you observe posture first. You watch eye movement. You detect defensive gestures. You adjust your approach before tension rises. You move with calm authority. You see clearly. Say it again. I see clearly. And as your perception sharpens, a deeper truth emerges. When you understand unspoken language, you no longer fear it. You no longer misinterpret silence as rejection or folded arms as hostility. You understand context. You read patterns. You respond wisely. That is strength. The body speaks first, and you are finally listening. The next layer of mastery is waiting. Chapter 3. Micro-expressions, the flash of truth. There are moments so brief most people never notice them. A flicker, a tightening, a flash across the face that disappears almost instantly. And yet, in that fraction of a second, truth reveals itself. Truth does not always wait for permission to speak. It leaks. It slips through the cracks of control. It appears before the mask is fully secured. You are learning to see that flash. Micro-expressions are emotional lightning. They strike fast, bright, and unannounced. If you blink, you miss them. If you rush, you overlook them. But when you slow down, when you truly observe, you begin to catch the signal in the storm. Truth leaks in fractions of seconds. This is not about suspicion. It is about clarity. It is about noticing the difference between what is said and what is briefly shown. Watch the eyes, watch the jaw, watch the pause. Emotion moves to the face before language organizes it. When someone hears unexpected information, their eyes widen slightly before they compose themselves. When irritation surfaces, the jaw tightens for a heartbeat before the smile returns. When doubt creeps in, the lips press together before confidence is declared. These flashes are not rehearsed, they are reflex. You begin slowly. You study expressions in ordinary conversations. Someone says they are excited, yet their eyebrows draw together for a split second. Someone claims agreement, yet their eyes narrow briefly before softening. Slow down. Do not chase the flash. Let it come to you. Micro-expressions last less than a second, but that second contains information powerful enough to change your interpretation of an entire interaction. Imagine standing under a dark sky. Everything appears calm, quiet, predictable, then lightning cuts across the horizon for a single instant. The landscape becomes visible, clear, defined, undeniable before darkness returns. That is what emotional leakage looks like. Lightning in a dark sky. You are not afraid of the darkness. You are waiting for the flash. As you practice, tension rises. You begin to notice inconsistencies, words that promise certainty paired with a flicker of fear, statements of confidence paired with a micro-expression of doubt. You see it, and your mind sharpens. Stay calm. Observation does not require immediate reaction. The goal is not to expose. The goal is to understand. Watch the eyes. The eyes are the fastest to betray emotion. A sudden widening may signal surprise or anxiety. A rapid narrowing may signal skepticism. A quick glance away at a critical question may reveal internal conflict. Watch the jaw. The jaw tightens under pressure. It clenches when anger surfaces but must remain hidden. It shifts when discomfort rises. A controlled voice may still carry a locked jaw. Watch the pause. The pause is the bridge between emotion and language. When a question is asked and there is a half-second delay, something is processing beneath the surface. That pause can reveal more than the answer itself. Truth leaks before it is edited. Consider a scenario. You ask a colleague if they support a proposal. They respond quickly, of course, but just before the word "off" leaves their mouth, their eyebrows lift sharply and their lips tighten. A flash, gone in an instant. Most people would only hear agreement. You see the lightning. It does not mean betrayal. It does not mean dishonesty in a dramatic sense. It means there is more beneath the surface, perhaps hesitation, perhaps uncertainty, perhaps fear. You register it. Slow explanation becomes rapid insight. The more you train your perception, the faster your recognition becomes. What once required deliberate focus becomes instinct. Watch the eyes, watch the jaw, watch the pause. Emotional flashes are universal. Joy sparks in the corners of the eyes. Disgust wrinkles the nose briefly. Fear widens the gaze. Anger tightens the mouth. These signals happen before control returns. There will be moments when your old habits attempt to distract you. You may feel the urge to focus solely on content, on data, on spoken arguments. That was your previous approach. Efficient, perhaps, but incomplete. Now you see deeper. You recognize incongruence. Incongruence is the gap between message and expression. When someone says they are relaxed but their face flashes tension, the gap widens. When someone insists they are calm but their lips tremble for a fraction of a second, the gap becomes visible. You do not confront every gap. You observe it, you store it, you restore it, you allow patterns to form. Tension builds as you notice how often emotional leakage occurs. Conversations are layered, negotiations are layered, relationships are layered. Beneath words, emotion pulses constantly. Lightning again. A flash of irritation during praise, a flash of fear during commitment, a flash of excitement during denial. Watch closely. The face is a battlefield between control and instinct. Our control attempts to maintain image. Instinct attempts to express truth. Micro-expressions are instinct's brief victory. You are learning to see that victory. This does not make you suspicious. It makes you perceptive. When you detect incongruence, you do not accuse, you adjust. You may slow your pace. You may ask a clarifying question. You may shift the direction gently. Because now you know there's more beneath the surface. Imagine detecting deception before it fully forms. Not dramatic deception, subtle evasion, a hesitation before commitment, a flicker of doubt before agreement. You sense it early. You respond strategically. That is power. Watch the eyes, watch the jaw, watch the pause. Emotional leakage is fastest under pressure. Ask a direct question. Observe the immediate reaction before the answer. That immediate reaction often carries unfiltered truth. Ask, then wait. Do not interrupt the pause. In that silence you see the lightning. The tension rises because you realize how much you once missed. How many flashes passed unnoticed. How many subtle signals moved across faces while you focused only on sentences. But relief follows. You are aware now. You are disciplined now. You are present now. The more you practice, the less effort it requires. You begin to detect flashes almost unconsciously. Your mind connects expression to emotion instantly. You do not need long analysis. A split second is enough. Rapid insight, lightning, clarity. Micro-expressions do not shout. They whisper at high speed. Only the attentive hear them. Stay attentive. Your posture remains steady. Your breathing slow. Your gaze soft but focused. You are not staring aggressively. You are observing calmly. This calm observation creates space for truth to surface. Sometimes the flash confirms alignment. A genuine smile reaches the eyes. A brief spark of enthusiasm lights the face before words of support follow. Congruence builds trust. Other times, the flash reveals tension. That tension invites deeper inquiry. You are not hunting flaws. You are mapping reality. Imagine months from now, entering high-stakes conversations. While others react to spoken promises, you watch the micro-flashes. You detect shifts before they escalate. You sense uncertainty before it solidifies. You respond early. You guide the conversation before it fractures. Watch the eyes. Watch the jaw. Watch the pause. Your awareness sharpens your leadership. You are less surprised, less blindsided, less reactive. because truth rarely explodes without first flickering. Lightning always flashes before thunder, and you are watching the sky. The flash of truth is brief, but it changes everything. Once seen, it cannot be unseen. Once recognized, it reshapes your interpretation. You do not need every detail. You need the pattern. Repeated flashes, repeated pauses, repeated tightening of the jaw. Patterns create certainty. As this skill integrates, confidence grows quietly. You trust your perception more deeply. You hesitate less. You move strategically. Truth leaks in fractions of seconds. And you are there to see it. The sky darkens again. The conversation continues. Words flow smoothly. Faces relax. But you saw the lightning. And the storm has not yet fully revealed itself. Chapter 4. Energy never lies before words, before posture, before even expression. There is energy. You have felt it your entire life. You enter a room and something feels light, open, expansive. You enter another and something feels tight, heavy, unsettled. You enter another and something feels tight, heavy, unsettled. No one has spoken yet. Still, you know. Energy never lies. Emotional energy shapes interaction long before logic enters the conversation. It sets the tone. It determines pace. It influences outcomes, and most people are controlled by it without ever realizing it. But you are no longer most people. You are learning to read the invisible current. Vibe awareness is not mystical. It is perceptive sensitivity, sharpened through discipline. It is noticing tension in the air. It is sensing impatience in silence. It is recognizing confidence without needing a declaration. Energy moves faster than language. Someone walks into a meeting with restless movements, clipped breathing, sharp gestures. The room tightens, voices shorten, posture stiffens, emotional contagion. Someone else walks in steady, calm breath, relaxed shoulders, measured pace. The room slows, measured pace. The room slows. Tone softens, reactions moderate, energy spreads. You are learning not just to feel it, but to understand it. Stay centered. Do not absorb. Lead the tone. Your old self may have absorbed everything unconsciously. If someone was anxious, you felt anxious. If someone was anxious, you felt tense. If someone was doubtful, you began to doubt. That is emotional contagion without awareness. But now you see it. Energy transfers through proximity, through voice rhythm, through subtle cues. When someone reacts strongly, others often mirror that reaction instinctively. Panic multiplies. Excitement amplifies. Frustration escalates. Unless someone remains steady, that someone can be you. Vibe awareness begins with noticing your internal shift. When you step into a tense environment, what happens to your breath? Does it shorten? Does your chest tighten? Does your posture subtly contract? Observe your own body first, because awareness of external energy requires control of internal energy. Stay centered. Centering is not withdrawal, it is anchoring. It is choosing stability instead of reacting impulsively to the emotional wave. Imagine standing at the edge of the ocean. Waves crash violently against the shore. The water churns. The surface looks chaotic, but beneath the surface, deeper down, the water is calm. You are becoming that depth. On the surface, voices may rise, opinions may clash, reactions may spark, but internally you remain composed. Emotional energy is contagious, but composure is contagious too. You are becoming calm while others react. That is power. Intuitive reading develops through repetition. You begin to sense shifts before they escalate. You feel when enthusiasm turns into insecurity. You detect when confidence shifts into defensiveness. It is not guesswork. It is accumulated awareness. Someone agrees verbally, but the energy feels resistant. You sense friction. You notice subtle stiffness. You do not ignore it. You acknowledge it internally. You adjust your approach. Energy never lies. Words can be controlled. Expressions can be masked. But emotional vibration, tone, pacing, breath, rhythm reveals truth. Stay centered. Do not absorb. Lead the tone. When someone speaks rapidly under pressure, you slow your pace intentionally. When someone grows loud, you soften your volume. When tension rises, you breathe deeper. You become the regulator. The one who stabilizes emotional climate gains influence. There will be moments when the energy in a room intensifies suddenly. A disagreement, a challenge, an unexpected announcement. You will feel it immediately. Heat in the air, silence tightening, eyes shifting. Feel it. Do not run from it. Feel it. This is where most people react unconsciously. They defend, they attack, they retreat. You choose differently. Hold it. Holding energy means allowing it to exist without letting it control you. You do not rush to neutralize it. You do not escalate it. You contain it. Containment builds authority. Control it. Control begins with breath. Slow inhale. Measured exhale. Shoulders steady. Eyes calm. You speak deliberately, not impulsively. Command the room. Not with force, not with volume. With presence. Feel it. Hold it. Control it. Command the room. This is your first transformation peak. The intensity rises, energy surges, pressure builds, and you remain steady. In that steadiness, something shifts. Others begin to mirror you. Voices soften. Pace slows. Posture relaxes. Relief follows. Calm returns. Because you led it there, you did not absorb the chaos. You did not amplify the tension. You redirected it. Emotional leadership begins internally. Your old self may have been swept away by collective energy. A heated discussion would pull you into defensiveness. A stressed environment would raise your own anxiety. But now you recognize emotional contagion in real time. You see it spreading, and you interrupt it with composure. Stay centered. Centering is a practice. Every conversation is an opportunity to refine it. When someone reacts emotionally, you observe the reaction without judging it. You do not match it reflexively. You respond intentionally. Energy moves in patterns. Excitement builds momentum. Fear contracts space. Confidence expands it. You learn to identify these patterns early. Someone enters with strong enthusiasm. The room brightens. That enthusiasm can elevate performance or lead to impulsive decisions. You sense the difference. You guide accordingly. Someone enters with quiet resentment. The energy tightens. Conversations become shorter. You detect it. You soften the space with clarity. Energy never lies. It tells you when alignment exists. It tells you when resistance is brewing. It tells you when resistance is brewing. It tells you when leadership is required. Intuitive reading grows stronger each time you trust it. At first, it may feel subtle, a faint sense that something is off, a gentle awareness that enthusiasm is forced, a quiet recognition that agreement lacks conviction. Do not dismiss it. Refine it. Intuition sharpened by observation becomes reliable. Stay centered. Do not absorb. Lead the tone. Imagine walking into a negotiation where tension is thick. Before anyone speaks, you sense unease. Instead of matching it, you slow your pace. You greet calmly. You sit deliberately. You place your hands openly. The energy shifts slightly. You ask measured questions. You listen fully. You maintain steady eye contact. Gradually, the emotional temperature lowers. That is not accident. That is leadership. You are becoming calm while others react. This is not about emotional suppression. It is about emotional regulation. You feel the energy fully, but you are not controlled by it. Feel it. Holding energy does not mean ignoring it. It means acknowledging it without surrendering to it. If frustration fills the room, you notice it. If fear surfaces, you recognize it. If excitement surges, you manage it, control it. Control begins with choice. You choose how to respond. You choose your tone. You choose your posture. You choose your pace. Command the room. Command does not require dominance. It requires stability. When others feel stable around you, they trust you. When they trust you, they follow your direction. Relief follows, calm returns. The more you practice, the faster the shift occurs. You detect rising tension sooner. You intervene earlier. You stabilize more efficiently. Energy never lies, but it can be led. Say it within yourself. I lead the energy. Again, I lead the energy. Your presence becomes the anchor point in dynamic environments. Others may not consciously understand why they feel calmer around you. They only feel the steadiness. You no longer fear emotional waves. You ride them without being submerged. Stay centered. Do not absorb. Lead the tone. There will be rooms where energy feels overwhelming. Large gatherings, high stakes, strong personalities. This is your arena. Feel it, hold it, control it, command the room. Then breathe. Let calm settle again. You are not draining yourself to regulate others. You are strengthening yourself through disciplined awareness. The more you practice, the less effort it requires. Energy becomes information. Information becomes strategy. Strategy becomes influence. And influence begins with composure. You are becoming calm while others react. That is your advantage. That is your edge. As your awareness deepens, you will begin to sense energy shifts even before visible signs appear. A slight change in rhythm, a subtle pause, a shift in collective attention. You respond instantly but calmly. Energy never lies. And now neither do you to yourself. You recognize tension without denial. You recognize excitement without exaggeration. You recognize fear without absorbing it. You lead. I lead the energy. Hold that truth, because the next level of mastery will require even greater control. Chapter 5. The Psychology of Status and Power. Every room has a hierarchy. It may not be announced, it may not be formal, but it exists. Status and power move quietly through posture, tone, positioning, and timing. They shape who speaks first, who interrupts, who yields, who commands attention without demanding it. You are learning to see the structure beneath the surface. Social hierarchies reveal hidden dynamics. They expose influence, insecurity, authority, and uncertainty long before titles are mentioned. When you understand hierarchy, you understand movement. When you understand movement, you understand leverage. Most people walk into rooms unaware of the invisible structure around them. They react emotionally. They gravitate toward perceived power. They shrink unconsciously when confronted with dominance. That was your old self, before intimidated, now composed. Stand tall. Slow your movements. Own space. Dominance behaviors are rarely loud. True dominance is subtle and controlled. It is measured speech. It is unhurried movement. It is direct eye contact without aggression. It is occupying physical space comfortably without apology. Ace. False dominance shouts. True dominance steadies. Watch how high-status individuals move. They do not rush. They do not fidget. They do not seek constant validation. Their gestures are economical. Their words are deliberate. Their posture remains aligned. Dominance is not force. It is certainty expressed through stillness. Submission signals are equally visible. Shrinking posture, downward gaze, nervous laughter, over-explaining, rapid speech, yielding space without awareness. These behaviors are not flaws, they are signals. You are not judging them, you are reading them. Stand tall. Height is not about inches, it is about alignment. When your spine straightens, your shoulders relax back, and your chin levels naturally. Your body communicates stability. You feel it internally before others perceive it externally. Slow your movements. Speed often signals anxiety. Rushed gestures, hurried steps, rapid nodding. When you slow down intentionally, you signal control. Control signals confidence. Own space. Space is psychological territory. When you sit, do you collapse inward, or do you place your hands openly? When you stand, do you sway uncertainly? When you stand, do you sway uncertainly? Or do you plant your feet firmly? Space ownership is not arrogance. It is self-assurance. Imagine a chessboard. Each piece holds position. Each move alters the structure. Some pieces appear powerful, others seem small. Yet the game is not won by size alone. It is won by awareness of position. Chessboard awareness. You enter a room like a strategist. You do not assume hierarchy. You observe it. Who commands attention? Who defers? Who interrupts freely? Who interrupts freely? Who waits to be acknowledged? These movements reveal rank. Before, you may have entered rooms scanning for approval. You may have measured yourself against perceived authority. You may have adjusted unconsciously to avoid confrontation. Before, intimidated. Now, composed. Composition changes everything. When someone attempts to assert dominance through volume, you remain calm. When someone attempts to claim space aggressively, you do not shrink. You adjust subtly. You maintain posture. You hold eye contact just long enough. Dominance behaviors often include expansive gestures, arms wide, leaning back, taking central positions, speaking over others. These behaviors seek to control space and attention. Submission signals often include contraction, crossed limbs, avoiding center positions, softening voice excessively, seeking reassurance through frequent agreement. You observe the board. Stand tall, slow your movements, own space. Leadership posture blends openness and steadiness. It invites engagement without surrendering authority. It signals strength without hostility. It communicates presence without performance. When you walk, walk deliberately. When you sit, sit fully. When you speak, pause before answering. Silence increases perceived authority when used intentionally. There is subtle tension when you first practice this. Your old habits may attempt to return. You may feel the urge to rush or overcompensate. You may wonder if slowing down makes you appear distant. Stay steady. Confidence grows through repetition. Social hierarchies shift constantly. Influence is fluid. Someone dominant in one setting may defer in another. Someone quiet in large groups may command power in smaller circles. You watch these shifts. Chessboard awareness means understanding context. Who holds formal authority? Who holds informal influence? Who shapes decisions quietly behind the scenes? Observe seating arrangements. Central positions often signal confidence or established authority. Peripheral positions may signal hesitation or strategic observation. You do not assume, you study. Stand tall. When someone attempts to challenge your position verbally, your body must remain aligned. If your posture collapses, your message weakens. If your breath quickens, your voice tightens. Slow your movements. Slow responses signal deliberation. Deliberation signals confidence. Rapid responses often signal emotional reaction. Own space. Owning space also means protecting your boundaries. If someone interrupts repeatedly, you pause and reclaim the floor calmly. If someone encroaches physically, you adjust without retreating. Before, intimidated. Now, composed. Composition does not mean aggression. It means internal stability. You are not seeking to dominate others. You are establishing self-respect. True power rarely announces itself. It radiates. Watch leaders who command rooms effortlessly. They do not chase attention. Attention gravitates toward them because their energy is anchored. Their movements are precise. Their voice is steady. You are training that precision. Stand tall. Slow your movements. Own space. There will be individuals who attempt to test you. They may raise their voice slightly. They may lean into your space. They may interrupt to see if you yield. This is part of the board. You do not react emotionally. You respond strategically. Maintain posture. Maintain eye contact. Lower your voice slightly instead of raising it. The calm voice often regains control faster than the loud one. Dominance does not require escalation. Submission does not require surrender. Leadership requires balance. Chessboard awareness expands beyond posture. It includes understanding alliances, who supports who defers publicly but influences privately, who seeks validation from higher status individuals. Watch interactions carefully. Observe who laughs first, who nods automatically, who waits for a specific person's reaction before speaking. Hierarchy becomes visible. Before, you may have been overwhelmed by perceived power structures. You may have assumed others possessed greater authority simply because they projected it confidently. Now you see projection for what it is. Projection is not position. True status is often quiet. It does not need to advertise. Stand tall. Slow your movements. Own space. Your posture influences your psychology. When you expand physically, you reinforce internal confidence. When you align your body, your mind follows. Practice this daily, in small conversations, in large rooms, in brief encounters. You are rewiring presence. Imagine walking into any room as the stable center. Conversations may swirl, personalities may compete, opinions may clash. You remain steady. People sense it. They adjust around you. They listen more closely when you speak. Not because you demand it, because you embody it. Before, intimidated. Now, composed. That shift alone changes the hierarchy. Dominance behaviors lose power when met with calm composure. Aggression loses edge when confronted with grounded steadiness. Insecurity softens when met with stable leadership. You do not dominate the board through force. You position yourself strategically. Chessboard awareness means thinking 2 steps ahead. If someone interrupts you publicly, consider how responding calmly shifts perception. If someone challenges your idea, assess whether reframing the discussion strengthens your authority. Slow down. Strategize. Move deliberately. Stand tall. Slow your movements. Own space. As this skill integrates, intimidation fades. You no longer shrink under strong personalities. You no longer rush to prove yourself. You allow others to reveal their strategies first. Observation becomes advantage. You are not seeking to overpower. You are choosing to remain centered. Centered individuals influence hierarchies without demanding recognition. Power is often granted to those who appear least desperate for it. Imagine weeks from now, months from now, you enter environments that once intimidated you. Instead of scanning for approval, you scan for structure. Instead of shrinking, you expand gently. You assess the board. You take your position, stable, aligned, composed, stand tall, slow your movements, own space. Your breathing remains steady. Your gaze remains direct. Your gestures remain controlled. Before, intimidated. Now, composed. This transformation is quiet but profound. It shifts how others perceive you. It shifts how you perceive yourself. Hierarchy no longer overwhelms you. It informs you. Status no longer intimidates you. It interests you. Power no longer confuses you. It becomes something you understand and embody. Imagine walking into any room as the stable center. Conversations gravitate toward clarity when you speak. Tension eases when you intervene. Authority recognizes authority. You are no longer reacting to hierarchy. You are navigating it. And the next move on the board is already forming. Chapter 6. The words behind the words are never just words. They are windows. They reveal thought patterns, belief systems, fears, confidence levels, hidden doubts, and internal narratives. Most people hear sentences. You are learning to hear structure. You are learning to hear what lives beneath the surface. Language patterns expose belief systems. This is not about grammar. It is about psychology. Listen deeper. Hear the pattern. Decode the belief. When someone speaks, their word choices are not accidental. They are shaped by experience, by conditioning, by confidence or lack of it, by certainty or insecurity. Defensive phrasing often hides in plain sight. I just think, maybe it's stupid, but I'm not sure, but I could be wrong. These phrases soften the message before it is even delivered. They reduce impact. They signal internal hesitation. They prepare for rejection before rejection exists. The belief beneath defensive phrasing is often this: my opinion may not be valid. You do not judge it. You recognize it. Certainty sounds different. I believe this works. This is the right direction. We can solve this. Certainty is not loud. It is direct. It does not over-explain. It does not over-explain. It does not apologize for existing. Listen deeper. Hesitation markers reveal internal conflict. Words like maybe, kind of, sort of, probably, I guess. These soften commitment. They create distance between the speaker and the statement. They reflect uncertainty in belief. When someone says, "I'll probably try," the belief underneath may be, "I am not fully convinced I will succeed." When someone says, "I will," the belief shifts. Language shapes identity, but it also reveals it. Hear the pattern. Repetition patterns are powerful indicators of core beliefs. When someone repeatedly uses phrases like, "I always mess up," "this never works," or "people like me don't get opportunities," they are reinforcing internal narratives. They are not merely describing experience. They are declaring identity. You are learning to detect those declarations. Curiosity begins this process. Instead of reacting to statements at face value, you become curious. Why did they phrase it that way? Why did they repeat that idea 3 times? Why did their tone shift when speaking about responsibility? Curiosity sharpens attention. Discovery follows. You begin to map patterns quickly. One defensive phrase may be incidental. Repeated defensive phrasing forms a pattern. One hesitation marker may reflect caution. Consistent hesitation markers reflect belief. Decode the belief. Behind, "I'm just lucky," may live the belief, "I am not truly capable." Behind, "It's not a big deal," may live the belief, "I do not want to appear proud." Behind, "I had no choice," may live the belief, "I lack control." You are not analyzing to criticize. You are analyzing to understand. Listen deeper. Language reveals how someone sees themselves. It reveals whether they view challenges as threats or opportunities. It reveals whether they see responsibility as burden or power. Pay attention to absolutes. Always, never, everyone, no one. Absolute language often signals emotional intensity. When someone says, "This always happens to me," it is rarely literal. It is emotional exaggeration. It reflects frustration, not statistical truth. You hear the emotion beneath the exaggeration. Certainty versus hesitation also appears in pace. A confident speaker pauses intentionally. A hesitant speaker fills silence quickly. A secure individual allows gaps between sentences. An uncertain individual rushes to justify. Do not rush. Stay sharp. Keep going. You're seeing it now. Transformation peak. Number 2 begins quietly. You realize that conversations are layered structures. On the surface, content. Beneath, language choice. Beneath that, belief system. When someone describes failure repeatedly without mentioning lessons, the belief may be, "Failure defines me." When someone describes difficulty followed by growth, the belief may be, "Challenge strengthens me." Hear the pattern. Repetition reveals identity loops. "I can't," "I don't know," "I'm not ready." Repeated enough times, these become internal laws. But language can also reveal empowerment. "I'll learn," "I'll adapt," "I'll improve." Different pattern, different belief. Listen deeper. Sometimes defensive phrasing masks ambition. A person may downplay achievements to avoid appearing threatening. "It was nothing," they say, but their eyes flash pride. Their tone rises slightly. Language attempts to manage perception. You read both. Curiosity becomes discovery. Discovery becomes empowerment. As you decode belief systems, you respond differently. If someone consistently speaks with hesitation, you do not push aggressively, you reinforce certainty gently. If someone speaks in absolutes, you introduce nuance calmly, because you understand the belief beneath the words. Do not rush, stay sharp, keep going, you're seeing it now. Language patterns also expose responsibility orientation. Notice how often someone uses external blame versus internal ownership. "They made me," "It happened to me," "There was nothing I could do," versus "I chose," "I learned," "I will adjust." The first pattern reveals external locus of control. The second reveals internal agency. Agency signals leadership potential. You are not labeling people. You are mapping orientation. Decode the belief. Certainty markers are subtle. Direct verbs. Clear structure. No unnecessary qualifiers. Hesitation markers clutter speech with disclaimers. When someone says, "To be honest," it may imply that honesty is not the default. When someone says, "Believe me," it may imply insecurity about credibility. Hear the pattern. The more you listen, the more obvious patterns become. Conversations feel transparent. Beliefs surface naturally. You do not need confrontation to see them. Empowerment grows. Because now you understand more than content. You understand mindset. Listen deeper. Sometimes belief systems contradict words. A person may claim ambition yet use self-limiting phrases. "I want to lead, but I'm not really leadership material." That "but" reveals the real belief. Everything before "but" is aspiration. Everything after "but" is conviction. Decode the belief. You begin noticing connectors. But, however, although, they often signal internal conflict. A person says, "I'm confident," but the phrase after "but" usually reveals truth. You hear it instantly now. Do not rush. Stay sharp. Keep going. You're seeing it now. As this awareness sharpens, conversations slow down internally for you. You hear layers others miss. You detect identity declarations in passing comments. Repetition patterns shape reality. When someone repeatedly identifies as unlucky, overlooked, or misunderstood, their language builds their worldview. When someone repeatedly identifies as adaptable, resilient, capable, their language builds strength. Language reveals the internal script. You are reading that script in real time. Curiosity has become discovery. Discovery becomes empowerment, because now you can guide conversations more effectively. You can ask questions that challenge limiting beliefs gently. You can reinforce empowering language strategically. Listen deeper, hear the pattern, decode the belief. There will be moments when this awareness intensifies. You will hear a sentence and instantly recognize the entire belief structure behind it. A single phrase reveals years of conditioning. You do not interrupt harshly. You guide calmly. Your old self may have taken words at face value, may have reacted emotionally to tone alone, may have missed belief signals entirely. Now you are precise. Now you are intentional. Now you are empowered. Do not rush. Stay sharp. Keep going. You're seeing it now. Language patterns are maps. They reveal where someone stands internally. They show fear. They show pride. They show insecurity. They show conviction. You are learning to navigate by these maps, and as you do, something powerful happens. You begin to notice your own language. You hear your own hesitation markers. You detect your own defensive phrasing. You recognize your own repetition patterns. This is where true empowerment begins, because decoding others teaches you to refine yourself. You replace "I'll try" with "I will." You replace "maybe" with "decided." You remove unnecessary disclaimers. Your language sharpens. Your beliefs strengthen. Say it internally. "I understand deeply." Again, "I understand deeply." Understanding deeply means hearing what others say and what they believe. It means recognizing conviction in tone and doubt in phrasing. It means responding with strategy, not impulse. Language never lies completely. It reveals the internal architecture of thought. And now you can see that architecture. Listen deeper, hear the pattern, decode the belief, because what comes next will require you to combine language, energy, posture, and perception into a single integrated awareness. Chapter 7. Reading, fear, confidence, and insecurity emotions are not random. They follow patterns, they follow pressure, they follow belief. Fear, confidence, insecurity, they all leave traces, predictable traces. Once you understand the patterns, you stop being surprised by reactions. You stop being destabilized by intensity. You stop mistaking noise for strength. Emotional states are predictable. Most people believe confidence is loud. They believe fear hides silently. They believe aggression equals power. You are learning to see deeper. Stay steady. Do not react. Remain strong. Fear often hides beneath control. It may not look dramatic. It may not look weak. It may appear polished and composed. But under pressure, fear leaks. Watch the breath. Watch the speed of speech. Watch the need to defend unnecessarily. Fear reveals itself in subtle urgency, in over-explaining, in seeking reassurance indirectly, in asking the same question multiple times in different forms. Insecurity often disguises itself as certainty. But certainty that needs constant reinforcement is rarely grounded. Signs of insecurity are small at first. Excessive comparison, frequent self-reference, deflecting responsibility quickly, avoiding direct answers, laughing off compliments reflexively. Insecurity speaks in disclaimers. I'm not that good. It was just luck. I don't really deserve it. These phrases are not humility, they are cracks in armor. Imagine a warrior wearing shining armor. From a distance, the armor looks solid, impressive, unbreakable. But under close observation, you notice tiny fractures, hairline cracks spreading quietly beneath the surface, cracks in armor. False confidence often polishes the armor. It shines brighter. It skeins louder. It shines brighter. It speaks louder. It occupies more space than necessary. It interrupts to dominate. It dismisses opposing views quickly, but it reacts too fast. Real confidence does not rush. It does not need to crush opposition. It listens. It pauses. It responds deliberately. False confidence reacts. Real confidence chooses. You are calm while others expose emotion. This is your advantage. When someone reacts defensively to mild feedback, insecurity may be present. When someone becomes irritated at neutral questions, fear may be near the surface. When someone speaks aggressively without invitation, defensive aggression may be operating. Defensive aggression is protection disguised as power. It appears when someone feels threatened. It shows up as raised voice, sarcasm, dismissiveness, exaggerated certainty. It attempts to intimidate before vulnerability can be exposed. You see the pattern. Stay steady. When confronted with defensive aggression, your instinct may want to respond equally forcefully. That is the trap. Aggression feeds on reaction. It escalates when mirrored. Do not react. Remain strong. Strength in this moment is calmness, measured breathing, steady tone, relaxed posture. When someone pushes emotionally, you ground physically. Fear has physical markers. Tight shoulders, shallow breathing, sudden stiffness, micro withdrawals in posture, rapid blinking, excessive nodding. Confidence has physical markers too. Open chest, balanced stance, direct but soft eye contact, controlled gestures, comfortable silence. Insecurity often oscillates. It shifts between boldness and withdrawal, between dominance and apology, between loudness and sudden silence. Watch for the swing. Emotional predictability means recognizing triggers. Under praise, does someone deflect? Under challenge, do they attack? Under uncertainty, do they freeze? Patterns repeat. You are not labeling, you are reading. Stay steady. Imagine a high-pressure meeting. A proposal is questioned. One person responds calmly, addressing concerns point by point. Another interrupts sharply, voice raised slightly, defending before fully understanding the critique. The difference is not intelligence, it is emotional grounding. Cracks in armor appear when pressure increases. False confidence fractures quickly. It needs validation. It needs control. It needs to win the moment. Real confidence withstands pressure. It absorbs tension without losing shape. You are learning to see the fracture lines. Do not react. Remain strong. Your strength is not in overpowering emotion. It is in understanding it. When you detect fear beneath aggression, you do not take it personally. When you detect insecurity beneath arrogance, you do not feel intimidated. Before, you may have internalized their emotion. You may have felt threatened. You may have questioned yourself. Now, you observe. You are calm while others expose emotion. That calmness changes outcomes. Fear often shows up in over-preparation, in rehearsed answers delivered too quickly, in difficulty tolerating silence, in avoidance of eye contact when discussing accountability. Confidence tolerates uncertainty. It allows silence. It accepts that not knowing something does not diminish value. Insecurity resists exposure. It shifts blame. It exaggerates achievement. It minimizes others subtly. Listen to tone shifts. Notice when volume increases without necessity. Notice when sarcasm replaces clarity. Notice when humor becomes shield. Cracks in armor, Defensive aggression often uses control tactics, interrupting repeatedly, speaking over others, changing topics abruptly, dismissing concerns without exploration. It attempts to regain dominance quickly. Stay steady. Your steadiness neutralizes escalation. You lower your tone instead of raising it. You slow your speech instead of speeding up. You keep posture open instead of contracting. Remain strong. Strength is not tension. It is stability. Emotional states are predictable under stress. Introduce pressure gently and observe response. Ask a clarifying question. Introduce mild disagreement. Watch what surfaces. Fear tightens. Insecurity deflects. False confidence attacks. Real confidence engages. You begin to recognize these responses almost instantly. The more you see them, the less they disturb you. You are calm while others expose emotion. Imagine handling conflict without emotional disturbance. Voices rise, opinions clash, energy intensifies. You remain centered. You detect fear in raised volume. You detect insecurity in dismissal. You detect confidence in composure. You adjust accordingly. Stay steady. When someone becomes defensive instead of escalating, you soften. Instead of confronting harshly, you clarify calmly. Instead of retreating, you hold position respectfully. Do not react. Remain strong. Strength under pressure is leadership. The metaphor deepens. Cracks in armor widen under stress. Tiny fractures become visible lines. You do not strike at those cracks. You note them. You understand them. You guide the interaction with that knowledge. If someone is insecure about expertise, you reinforce clarity rather than challenge abruptly. If someone is fearful of losing control, you provide structure rather than chaos. You read the emotion, you lead the environment. Fear often anticipates loss. Loss of respect, loss of control, loss of identity. When you understand what someone fears losing, their reactions make sense. Confidence does not cling. It does not panic at disagreement. It adapts. Insecurity clings tightly. It defends identity fiercely. It resists correction. Watch how people respond to praise. Real confidence accepts it briefly and moves forward. Insecurity may reject it or exaggerate it. Fear may deflect it. Watch how people respond to critique. Real confidence listens. Insecurity argues. Fear withdraws. Stay steady. The more emotionally stable you become, the clearer these patterns appear. Emotional noise fades when your internal state is quiet. You are calm while others expose emotion. That is power without aggression. Do not react. When attacked verbally, pause. Let silence stretch. Respond with clarity, not intensity. This pause often reveals more about the aggressor than their words do. Remain strong. Strong does not mean rigid. It means grounded. It means grounded. Imagine months from now facing direct confrontation. Someone questions your authority, their voice sharp, their posture tense. You do not flinch. You breathe. You respond calmly. You address substance without absorbing hostility. The room notices, because calm in conflict commands respect. Fear shrinks in the presence of stability. Insecurity softens when not threatened. Defensive aggression weakens when not mirrored. You are calm while others expose emotion. Stay steady. Emotional predictability gives you strategic advantage. You are no longer surprised by outbursts. You are no longer destabilized by volume. You are no longer confused by overconfidence. You see the cracks and you remain composed. Do not react. Remain strong. This is not about emotional suppression. You feel fully. You simply choose response over reaction. You recognize fear without absorbing it. You recognize insecurity without judging it. You recognize confidence without envying it. You understand emotional mechanics. Imagine handling every future conflict without emotional disturbance. Arguments do not shake you. Criticism does not define you. Aggression does not intimidate you because you understand the emotional pattern behind it. Cracks in armor are not weaknesses to exploit. They are signals to navigate wisely. You are calm while others expose emotion. Hold that truth. Because in the next level of mastery, you will not only read emotional states, you will shape the entire direction of interaction. Chapter 8. the science of first impressions. It happens faster than thought, before a handshake finishes, before a sentence completes, before a chair is fully pulled back. A judgment forms, not because people are cruel, not because they are unfair, but because the human brain is built for speed. Judgments form in seconds, sometimes in less than a second, and those first seconds shape tone, influence, trust, opportunity. Seconds matter, presence matters, you matter. Most people walk into first impressions unconsciously. They hope to be received well, they hope to be understood, they hope to be respected. You will not hope, you will understand. First impressions are not mysterious, they follow patterns. The brain scans quickly for safety, competence, warmth, and status. It evaluates posture, facial symmetry, eye contact, vocal tone, pace of movement. Subconscious evaluation begins immediately, before logic, before reasoning, before analysis. Realization begins here. You are being read, and you can read in return. Facial scanning patterns reveal attention. When you meet someone, their eyes move across your face in predictable ways. First to the eyes, then to the mouth, then briefly across the entire facial structure. They are assessing sincerity, confidence, emotional stability. If their gaze lingers steadily, interest is present. If their eyes dart rapidly away, discomfort or distraction may exist. If their brows tighten briefly, skepticism may have formed. Seconds matter. You learn to observe this scanning process without staring aggressively. Your awareness remains soft but alert. When you speak, vocal tone carries weight beyond words. Tone communicates certainty, warmth, authority, hesitation. A steady tone signals control. A wavering tone signals uncertainty. A rushed tone signals anxiety. A measured tone signals anxiety. A measured tone signals composure. Vocal influence shapes perception instantly. Subconsciously, people evaluate rhythm. Does your speech flow naturally? Do you pause intentionally? Do you fill silence with unnecessary words? Silence, when controlled, strengthens perception. Presence matters. First impressions are built on 3 silent questions. Others ask instantly, is this person confident? Is this person trustworthy? Is this person relevant? Your body answers before your mouth does. Realization deepens. You begin to see how quickly conclusions are formed. A slight slump in posture may suggest low confidence. A firm but relaxed stance suggests stability. A genuine smile reaching the eyes suggests warmth. A forced smile that fades quickly suggests tension. Seconds matter. You are not trying to perform. You are aligning. Alignment between posture, tone, and intention creates authenticity. Authenticity builds trust faster than rehearsed charm. Subconscious evaluation also reads movement speed. Enter too fast and you may signal nervous energy. Enter too slowly without purpose and you may signal hesitation. Controlled pace signals balance. You matter. Your energy enters before your words. Imagine walking into a room. Before you speak, eyes shift toward you. The room evaluates instantly. You feel it. This is not pressure. This is opportunity. Realization transforms into empowerment. You understand the mechanism. You no longer fear the judgment of first impressions. You master it. Seconds matter. Transformation peak. Number 3 begins with physical action. Step forward. Forward movement signals initiative. When introduced, lean slightly into the interaction, not aggressively, not invasively, intentionally. Speak clearly. Clarity signals confidence. Do not rush, do not mumble. Let your voice carry calmly. Hold eye contact, not as a challenge, as connection, 2 to 3 seconds at a time. Natural breaks. Return to focus steadily. Stay grounded. Grounded posture means feet stable, shoulders aligned, breath steady. Grounding reduces unconscious fidgeting. Fidgeting weakens perception of authority. Step forward. Speak clearly. Hold eye contact. Stay grounded. This peak is not dramatic. It is precise. You begin noticing how quickly reactions shift when you control these variables. Conversations become smoother. Respect forms earlier. Resistance decreases. Presence matters. Facial expressions in the first seconds are critical. A neutral expression may be interpreted as cold if not softened by eye warmth. An exaggerated smile may be interpreted as insincere. Balance is key. Warmth in the eyes, calm in the face, stability in posture. Subconscious evaluation responds to congruence. When your voice matches your expression, trust increases. When your tone contradicts your posture, doubt appears. Seconds matter. You also learn to read others in those same initial moments. How do they receive you? Does their smile linger or fade quickly? Do they mirror your posture subtly? Do they adjust clothing nervously? These micro-adjustments reveal internal evaluation. You are not seeking approval, you are reading response. Empowerment grows when you realize first impressions are adjustable in real time. If tension appears, soften your tone. If distance appears, increase clarity. If skepticism appears, maintain calm eye contact. You adapt. Presence matters. Imagine entering a high-stakes meeting. The room is unfamiliar. Personalities are strong. Expectations are high. Seconds matter. You enter steady, shoulders aligned, chin level. Breath controlled. Your gaze scans calmly. You nod once in acknowledgement before sitting. No rush. No apology for existing. You speak when ready. Your tone measured. Your words concise. You hold eye contact when finishing key statements. The room adjusts. This is not manipulation. It is awareness applied. You matter. First impressions also rely on emotional energy. If you enter anxious, the room senses it. If you enter calm, the room absorbs it. Your internal state influences external perception instantly. Stay grounded. Grounding means connecting breath to movement. Before entering any space, take one slow inhale, one steady exhale. Let your body settle. Seconds matter. You will notice how often people underestimate the power of the first 10 seconds. They stumble into conversations, they rush introductions, they speak before grounding themselves. You do not. You treat the first seconds as foundation. Foundation determines structure. Empowerment deepens. You are no longer guessing how you are perceived. You understand the variables. You understand the scanning. You understand the evaluation process. You adjust intentionally. Step forward. Speak clearly. Hold eye contact. Stay grounded. Facial scanning patterns work both ways. As you are scanned, you scan. You detect hesitation instantly. You detect confidence. You detect distraction. You respond strategically. Seconds matter. A firm handshake paired with steady eye contact communicates alignment. A handshake with averted eyes communicates discomfort. A greeting with strong tone but weak posture communicates contradiction. You notice it. Presence matters. Subconscious evaluation also reads congruence over time. If your second impression contradicts your first, trust weakens. Consistency strengthens perception. Be consistency. You are not performing a moment. You are embodying stability. Imagine handling introductions with complete composure. New environments do not intimidate you. New faces do not unsettle you. You rise. Say it quietly. I rise. First impressions do not define your entire story, but they shape the opening chapter. And strong openings influence everything that follows. Seconds matter. In moments of high pressure, your old self may have rushed, spoken too quickly, avoided eye contact, shrunk slightly. That was before awareness. Now you understand the science. Realization becomes empowerment. You step into every introduction with intention. You monitor your tone. You align posture. You regulate breath. You read reactions instantly. You adjust gracefully. Presence matters. You matter. Transformation peak. Number 3 stabilizes into calm authority. Step forward. Speak clearly. Hold eye contact. Stay grounded. We feel the difference internally. Less hesitation, less anxiety, more control, more clarity. Imagine years from now, walking into rooms that once intimidated you. Instead of uncertainty, you feel readiness. Instead of doubt, you feel focus. Seconds matter, and you are ready for them. I rise. because the next level of mastery will move beyond the first impression into sustained influence over time. Chapter 9. Detecting deception without paranoia. Truth rarely collapses all at once. It fractures first, not dramatically, not loudly, subtly, a shift in tone, a delay in response, a contradiction in detail. Truth reveals itself through inconsistency. Most people believe deception must look obvious. They imagine dramatic lies, visible guilt, exaggerated stories. But in reality, deception often hides inside small deviations from normal behavior. You are not becoming suspicious. You are becoming precise. You are alert, not paranoid. Stay logical. Compare patterns. Trust consistency. The foundation of detecting deception is not intensity. It is baseline. Baseline behavior is how someone acts when they are relaxed, unthreatened, and authentic. It is their natural rhythm, their normal tone, their ordinary gestures, their typical eye contact, their habitual posture. Without a baseline, deviation means nothing. You do not judge a single nervous movement as deception. You observe patterns first. How does this person normally speak? How quickly do they answer simple questions? Do they gesture frequently or minimally? Do they maintain eye contact consistently? You establish the baseline before you evaluate deviation. This requires patience. Most people jump to conclusions based on isolated moments. You do not. Stay logical. You gather data. When a topic shifts to something sensitive, does the rhythm change? Does speech slow down suddenly? Does tone tighten? Do gestures become restrained? Does breathing alter? Deviation matters only when compared to normal behavior. Compare patterns. A normally relaxed speaker who suddenly over-explains may be compensating. A confident communicator who suddenly avoids eye contact may be uncomfortable. A calm individual who becomes rigid when discussing a specific topic may be protecting something. These are not accusations, they are signals. Truth reveals itself through inconsistency. Emotional mismatches are particularly powerful indicators. When words say one thing but emotion signals another, tension exists. Someone says, "I'm not upset," but their jaw tightens and voice sharpens. Someone claims confidence, yet their shoulders draw inward slightly. Someone insists certainty, yet their speech fills with hesitation markers. Emotional mismatch does not automatically equal deception. It signals internal conflict. You are alert, not suspicious. Suspicion seeks confirmation of fear. Alertness seeks alignment with reality. You do not hunt for lies. You watch for fractures. Stay logical. The mind under deception works harder. It must manage narrative, maintain consistency, and regulate emotional leakage simultaneously. This cognitive load often produces subtle strain, longer pauses before answering direct questions, overly detailed explanations where simplicity would suffice, deflecting questions by answering different questions, repeating the same justification multiple times. Compare patterns. You are not reacting to one signal. You are observing clusters. When multiple deviations align around a specific topic, probability increases. Trust consistency. Consistency is truth's ally. Genuine accounts remain stable across retelling. Fabricated narratives often shift subtly with repetition. Details change, timelines blur. Emotional tone fluctuates unnaturally. You listen carefully. You allow silence. Silence increases cognitive pressure for someone who is fabricating. In silence, the mind must construct. In silence, cracks appear. You do not rush to fill it. You are alert, not suspicious. This distinction protects you from paranoia. Paranoia assumes threat everywhere. Alertness waits for evidence. You study baseline. Imagine speaking with a colleague about routine matters. Their tone is relaxed, their answers direct, their gestures fluid. Then you ask about a missed deadline. Suddenly, tone shifts, speech accelerates, hands disappear under the table. Eye contact reduces. They begin explaining in long detail. Deviation, you note it calmly. Stay logical. Instead of accusing, you ask a simple clarifying question. Walk me through the timeline. You observe the response. Does consistency return, or does deviation intensify? Compare patterns. If tension appears only under pressure but narrative remains consistent, stress may be the cause. If tension appears alongside shifting details, inconsistency strengthens. Truth reveals itself through inconsistency. Emotional mismatches also occur in micro-expressions. A fleeting flash of fear before denial, a hint of contempt before agreement, a quick tightening of lips before reassurance. You register these flashes. You do not overreact. You remain composed. You are alert, not suspicious. Your old self may have trusted blindly or doubted excessively. Blind trust ignores signals. Excessive doubt destroys trust. You stand in balance. Stay logical. When someone lies, they often over-control. Too steady eye contact, too rigid posture, too rehearsed answers. Overcompensation creates stiffness. Natural behavior flows. Controlled behavior strains. Compare patterns. Trust consistency. Consistency is not perfection. It is alignment over time. When someone's story remains stable across different contexts, trust strengthens. When it shifts subtly under scrutiny, awareness sharpens. Imagine never being blindsided again. Not because you assume deception, but because you notice inconsistency early. You are no longer shocked by sudden revelations. You sense instability before it explodes. Emotional mismatches are powerful teachers. When emotion contradicts words, ask internally, what belief lives beneath this reaction? Sometimes fear of judgment creates deviation. Sometimes shame. Sometimes ambition. Sometimes self-protection. Deception is often protection. Understanding this prevents cynicism. You are alert, not suspicious. Stay logical. When analyzing inconsistency, separate emotion from conclusion, notice deviation. Test it gently, observe response, look for pattern repetition. If a person consistently deviates only on specific topics, those topics carry significance. Compare patterns. Do they deflect only when accountability arises? Do they hesitate only when financial matters are discussed? Do they exaggerate only when status is involved? Patterns reveal motive. Trust consistency. Consistency over time builds credibility. Inconsistency erodes it. You learn to ask neutral questions instead of accusatory ones. Can you clarify instead of, are you lying? You gather information without escalating tension. Your calmness increases clarity. Truth reveals itself through inconsistency. Sometimes deception appears in language choice, vague wording instead of specifics, passive voice instead of ownership. Mistakes were made instead of, I made a mistake. You hear it. You are not hunting. You are listening. Stay logical. When someone tells a story, notice sensory detail. Genuine memories often include natural, irrelevant details. Fabricated stories sometimes lack texture or include excessive, unnecessary detail to appear real. Compare patterns. Observe how someone reacts to unexpected follow-up questions. Genuine recall often retrieves details naturally. Fabrication requires recalculation. Trust consistency. But remember, stress alone can create deviation. Nervous individuals may appear deceptive under pressure. Your role is not to condemn quickly. You are alert, not suspicious. Alertness keeps you grounded. Imagine negotiating a high-stakes agreement. The other party assures full commitment. Their baseline earlier showed steady posture and calm speech. Now, when discussing timelines, their tone tightens slightly and they avoid direct eye contact briefly. You do not accuse, you inquire further. You notice whether deviation repeats when discussing accountability. If inconsistency clusters around responsibility, you proceed cautiously. If deviation disappears and narrative stabilizes, you adjust. Stay logical. Truth reveals itself gradually. Sometimes deception is small, exaggeration for self-image. Sometimes larger, omission of critical detail. In both cases, the principle remains the same: inconsistency. Emotional mismatches create tension you can feel. The energy shifts subtly. Your intuition activates, but you verify with logic. Compare patterns. Trust consistency. Your awareness prevents blind trust. Your composure prevents paranoia. Imagine never being blindsided again. Imagine sensing instability before it becomes betrayal. Imagine recognizing hesitation before commitment collapses. Imagine detecting misalignment before investment deepens. This is not cynicism. It is clarity. You are alert, not suspicious. Stay logical. The more you practice, the more quickly you detect subtle deviations, not through fear, through familiarity. Baseline first, deviation second, pattern third, conclusion last. This order protects you. Truth reveals itself through inconsistency, and as your perception sharpens, you realize something profound. The more consistent you become internally, the easier inconsistency becomes to see externally, because clarity recognizes clarity, and distortion recognizes distortion. Trust consistency. The next level of mastery will require you not only to detect deception, but to shape environments where truth feels safer than concealment. Chapter 10. Emotional intelligence as leadership power. Awareness is powerful, but awareness without control is weakness. You can read the room, you can detect tension, you can sense insecurity, fear, confidence, deception, but if you cannot regulate yourself in the presence of emotion, all that awareness turns against you. Emotional intelligence becomes leadership power only when it is disciplined. Self-regulation is the foundation. It begins with breath. When pressure rises, breath shortens. When conflict appears, shoulders tighten. When challenge, the pulse accelerates. Most people do not notice this shift until it controls them. You do. Slow breath. One steady inhale, one controlled exhale. Control begins there. Self-regulation is not suppression, it is mastery. It is feeling fully without being ruled by what you feel. When anger arises, you recognize it. You do not let it command your voice. When frustration builds, you notice it. You do not let it distort your judgment. When fear appears, you acknowledge it. You do not let it shrink your posture. Awareness without control reacts. Awareness with control leads. Hold control. Emotional composure separates leaders from reactors. In tense moments, most people amplify what they receive. If challenged harshly, they respond harshly. If dismissed, they withdraw. If praised, they become careless. You do not amplify automatically. You choose response. Emotional composure means your internal state does not swing wildly with external stimuli. It means stability under pressure. It means calm in the presence of chaos. Imagine a heated negotiation, voices rising, opinions colliding, accusations emerging. You remain grounded. Slow breath. Your voice lowers slightly instead of rising. Your pace slows instead of rushing. Your posture opens instead of contracting. That contrast shifts the room. Emotional contagion works both ways. Chaos spreads, but calm spreads too. You lead with strength. Strength is not loud. It is steady. Strategic empathy deepens this power. Empathy is not surrender. It is understanding emotional reality without losing your own center. When someone reacts defensively, you do not immediately counterattack. You consider what emotion drives the defense. Fear of loss, fear of exposure, fear of irrelevance. Understanding does not mean agreement. It means clarity. Strategic empathy allows you to respond in ways that reduce resistance. Instead of escalating, you clarify. Instead of humiliating, you redirect. Instead of dominating, you guide. Awareness without control is weakness, because if you understand emotion but cannot manage your own, you become reactive. Reactive leaders lose authority quickly. Hold control. Control begins with internal narrative. When criticized, instead of thinking, "they are attacking me," you shift to, "they are expressing concern." This subtle shift reduces emotional intensity. When challenged publicly, instead of thinking, "I must defend myself immediately," you think, "I will respond strategically." Language shapes emotional reaction. Slow breath. Emotional composure also means tolerating silence. When tension fills the air, most rush to fill it. Silence feels threatening. You let it exist. In silence, others often reveal more. Keep going. There will be moments when pressure intensifies, when expectations rise, when stakes increase, when mistakes happen. Transformation peak. Number 4 emerges here. The pressure builds, voices sharper, eyes watching, energy tight. Your heart accelerates slightly. You notice it. Hold control. Slow breath. Lead with strength. Keep going. Do not retreat internally. Do not shrink. Do not lash out. Do not freeze. You stay present. This is where leadership crystallizes. Most crumble here. Some explode here. Some explode here. Few remain composed here. You are becoming one of the few. Emotional composure under pressure commands respect without demanding it. Strategic empathy allows you to see beneath reactions. If someone is angry, what are they protecting? If someone is silent, what are they avoiding? If someone is defensive, what do they fear losing? Understanding motive gives you leverage. But leverage without self-control becomes manipulation. You do not manipulate, you guide. Hold control. Your breathing stabilizes your mind. Your posture stabilizes perception. Your tone stabilizes the environment. Slow breath. When you regulate yourself, others unconsciously mirror that regulation. Lead with strength. Strength does not require aggression. It requires clarity and steadiness. Imagine facing direct confrontation. A colleague questions your decision publicly. The tone is sharp. The energy is charged. Your old self may have reacted defensively. Your old self may have raised voice. Your old self may have withdrawn. Now, you pause, you breathe, you respond calmly. Let's examine that concern. No sarcasm, no hostility, no insecurity. That composure shifts the dynamic instantly. Keep going. Emotional intelligence also requires emotional boundaries. You do not absorb every emotion directed at you. You do not internalize every criticism. You do not carry every frustration home with you. You recognize what belongs to you and what does not. Hold control. When someone projects their insecurity onto you, you remain steady. When someone expresses fear through aggression, you remain grounded. You do not mirror instability. Slow breath. You are composed. Always, this composure is trained. It is practiced, it is refined daily. Strategic empathy allows you to connect without collapsing your own stance. You can understand someone's frustration without apologizing for truth. You can acknowledge someone's fear without validating false assumptions. Leadership requires emotional range. You can be firm without cruelty. You can be compassionate without weakness. You can be assertive without hostility. Awareness without control is weakness, because without control, emotion hijacks intelligence. Hold control. Self-regulation means recognizing emotional triggers within yourself. What irritates you? What intimidates you? What excites you to the point of carelessness? You study your own reactions with the same precision you use to read others. If criticism triggers defensiveness, you prepare for it. If praise triggers overconfidence, you temper it. Slow breath. Leadership is not about eliminating emotion. It is about mastering it. Transformation peak. Number 4 intensifies again. Pressure increases. Deadlines tighten. Conflicts emerge. Hold control. Slow breath. Lead with strength. Keep going. You feel the emotional surge. You do not deny it. You channel it. Channeling emotion turns fear into focus. It turns frustration into clarity. It turns urgency into decisiveness. You are composed. Always say it internally. I am composed. Again, I am composed. This composure becomes your reputation. Others may not understand why you remain steady in chaos. They simply feel stability around you. Strategic empathy strengthens relationships. When someone feels heard, resistance lowers. When resistance lowers, cooperation increases. You listen fully before responding. You validate emotion without surrendering principle. You speak clearly without attacking. Lead with strength. Strength includes restraint. Sometimes the most powerful response is a measured pause. Sometimes it is a calm question. Sometimes it is a calm question. Sometimes it is silence. Slow breath. Imagine navigating high-stakes environments where emotions run high. Instead of reacting impulsively, you observe patterns, regulate yourself, and respond strategically. You are composed. Always. This does not mean emotion never touches you. It means emotion never controls you. Awareness without control is weakness. Awareness with control is leadership power. Hold control. Slow breath. Lead with strength. Keep going. You decide who you become in moments of pressure, not comfort. When tension rises, you rise with discipline. When chaos spreads, you anchor stability. When fear surfaces, you bring clarity. Say it now. I decide who I become. Again, I decide who I become. This is emotional intelligence's power, because the next level of mastery will require not just composure in conflict, but commanding presence in every interaction, no matter the environment. Chapter 11. Commanding presence in every interaction. You can read people now. You see posture shifts. You detect emotional flashes. You recognize inconsistency. You understand belief patterns. You regulate your own emotions under pressure. But reading alone is not leadership. Leadership begins when you respond strategically. Commanding presence is not loud. It is not theatrical. It is not forced. It is not dominance for the sake of ego. It is calm authority expressed through intentional response. When you read others, you no longer react impulsively. You choose your words. You choose your silence. You choose your pace. Calm authority begins with internal stability. Authority is not granted by title. It is projected by composure. The individual who remains steady when others rush gains gravity. Gravity pulls attention naturally. You are becoming that gravity. Strategic silence is your first tool. Most people fear silence. They rush to fill it. They explain too much. They justify prematurely. They speak to avoid discomfort. You do not. Silence creates space. In space, others reveal themselves. When someone challenges you publicly, you do not respond immediately. You pause. You hold eye contact. You breathe once. That pause communicates more than a paragraph. It says, I am not shaken. Strategic silence shifts power without aggression. Controlled speech follows. When you speak, your sentences are measured. Your words are precise. You do not over-explain. You do not overqualify. You do not speak faster to prove intelligence. You speak slow. Slower speech signals control. It forces listeners to adjust to your rhythm. It communicates that you are not in a hurry to defend yourself. Commanding presence is like the still ocean beneath the storm. On the surface, waves crash. Wind roars, lightning strikes, but beneath the surface, deep water remains calm. That is you in high-pressure interaction. Above you, emotion may swirl, conflict may rise, personalities may clash. Inside you, depth remains. Stand firm, your posture aligns, shoulders open, chin level, feet grounded. When confronted, you do not shrink. When praised, you do not inflate. You remain steady. Speak slow. Slowing speech forces clarity. It allows you to choose words deliberately. It reduces emotional leakage. It increases perceived confidence. Look steady. Eye contact without aggression. Not staring, not darting away. Steady, balanced, intentional. Do not break. Breaking is emotional reactivity. Breaking is raising your voice impulsively. Breaking is apologizing unnecessarily. Breaking is losing composure under scrutiny. You do not break. When you read others, you identify their emotional state first. Then you adjust your response strategically. If someone is defensive, you soften tone. If someone is insecure, you provide structure. If someone is overly dominant, you increase calm steadiness. If someone is uncertain, you project clarity. Strategic response is not manipulation, it is leadership. You no longer speak from emotion alone, you speak from analysis combined with composure. Calm authority creates psychological safety. When people sense stability, they lower defenses, they speak more honestly, they listen more carefully. Your presence becomes a regulating force. You are becoming the person who leads rooms. Identity shifts quietly before it becomes visible externally. Before, you may have entered interactions with slight tension, slight urgency, slight need to prove yourself. Now, you enter grounded. Before, you may have matched aggression with aggression. Now you match intensity with steadiness. Before, you may have rushed to fill silence. Now you use silence strategically. Stand firm. The firmness is internal first. When someone attempts to dominate conversation through volume or speed, you slow down further. You do not compete in tempo, you alter tempo. Tempo control equals psychological control. When you finish a statement, you allow silence to sit. You do not soften your point immediately with disclaimers. You let your words land. Look steady. The gaze anchors your message. Without steady gaze, authority fragments. Do not break. Breaking invites doubt. Commanding presence is not about winning every exchange. It is about never losing composure. Imagine walking into a tense meeting. Conversations heated, opinions polarized. You sit, you observe briefly, you speak once. The room quiets slightly, not because you demanded silence, because your tone commanded attention. The still ocean beneath the storm. Storms may rage above the surface, deep currents remain unmoved. You cultivate depth daily. Strategic silence also reveals weakness in others. When you pause after someone makes a bold claim, they often feel compelled to justify further. Justification exposes insecurity. You do not provoke unnecessarily. You allow natural exposure. Controlled speech means removing unnecessary filler. No defensive laughter, no rapid disclaimers, no unnecessary apology. Clarity equals confidence. When you disagree, you do so calmly. I see it differently. Then you explain concisely. No escalation, no hostility. Stand firm. When confronted aggressively, you lower your voice slightly. This forces others to lean in rather than escalate. It disrupts the expected conflict pattern. Speak slow. When challenged with complex questions, you take a breath before responding. That breath signals thoughtfulness, not weakness. Look steady. Steady eyes communicate certainty without confrontation. Do not break. Breaking under pressure destroys commanding presence instantly. Composure under pressure multiplies it. Identity shift deepens. You are no longer seeking approval in conversations. You are shaping direction. You are no longer reacting to tone. You are influencing tone. You are becoming the person who leads rooms. This shift is subtle but powerful. Before, you may have entered rooms assessing who held authority. Now, you assess dynamics and choose your role deliberately. Leadership is not always speaking first. Sometimes it is speaking last. Sometimes it is summarizing. Sometimes it is asking one precise question. Strategic response requires awareness of timing. Timing is everything. Speak too soon, and you appear reactive. Speak too soon, and you appear reactive. Speak too late, and influence fades. Commanding presence understands rhythm. Stand firm. Firmness in posture signals mental stability. Speak slow. Slowness in speech signals clarity of thought. Look steady. Steadiness in gaze signals emotional control. Do not break. Unbreakable composure signals leadership. There will be moments when multiple people speak over each other. Energy chaotic. Focus scattered. You raise your hand slightly. You wait. You begin calmly. The room adjusts. Not because you demanded power, because you embodied it. The still ocean beneath the storm. Surface turbulence does not disturb deep current. You cultivate depth. Strategic silence also applies in negotiation. After presenting an offer, you stop speaking. You allow the other party to respond. Many weaken their position by speaking too quickly. You do not. Silence applies pressure gently. Controlled speech reduces unnecessary vulnerability. You share what is relevant. You avoid emotional oversharing in high-stakes settings. You remain personable but contained. Containment builds mystique. Mystique builds authority. You are becoming the person who leads rooms. The identity shift stabilizes when you no longer feel the need to prove leadership verbally. You embody it. Stand firm. When your ideas are challenged, you welcome discussion calmly. You do not interpret disagreement as disrespect. Speak slow. Clarity disarms hostility. Look steady. Disarms hostility. Look steady. Confidence reassures observers. Do not break. Consistency builds reputation. Imagine walking into any environment, corporate boardroom, community meeting, negotiation table, public stage. You do not scan nervously. You do not scan nervously. You do not seek validation through excessive speech. You observe. You calculate. You speak deliberately. Your presence settles the room. You are becoming the person who leads rooms. Leadership is felt before it is recognized. The storm may continue above, but beneath you remain still. And when the moment comes for decisive action, you move with clarity that others trust instinctively, because you did not break. Chapter 12. The mastery of human insight. You began with observation. You slowed down. You studied posture. You read emotion. You decoded language. You regulated yourself. You commanded presence. Now, something has changed. You are no longer practicing these skills separately. They have merged. Reading people is no longer effort. It is instinct. Observation, emotion, language, energy, they now operate as one integrated awareness. You do not consciously analyze every gesture. You do not mentally list every signal. You sense the whole picture instantly. This is mastery. Mastery is quiet. It does not announce itself. It does not need applause. It reveals itself in how you move, how you respond, how you decide. You enter a room and feel the emotional temperature immediately. You detect alliances without obvious clues. You hear hesitation beneath confident words. You recognize authenticity beneath modest language. You do not strain to see. You see. All skills merge. Observation is automatic. Emotion is readable. Language is transparent. Energy is clear. You no longer focus on isolated signals. You perceive patterns in real time. A slight pause, a shift in tone, a subtle lean back, a micro-expression. Together, they form insight. Insight becomes instinct. Instinct becomes leadership. You trust what you perceive because you trained for it. This is not guesswork. It is accumulated awareness integrated into your nervous system. You no longer hesitate when something feels inconsistent. You verify calmly. You adjust strategically. You respond precisely. No hesitation. That is the first sign of mastery. Hesitation once came from uncertainty, from fear of misjudgment, from lack of clarity. Now, clarity is natural. No doubt. Doubt once clouded your perception. You questioned your instincts. You ignored subtle signals. You second-guessed what you sensed. Now you assess quickly. You confirm logically. You move decisively. Clarity. Clarity is calm perception combined with emotional control. It means you see reality without distortion. You are not blinded by admiration. You are not distorted by fear. You are not misled by performance. You see what is there. Power, not power over people. Power within yourself. The power to walk into any interaction grounded. The power to listen deeply without being manipulated. The power to speak intentionally without emotional leakage. Presence. Presence is felt. It is not claimed. It is the weight of someone who is fully aware and fully composed at the same time. Move forward. You no longer analyze yourself during conversations. You no longer wonder how you are perceived. You focus outward. You lead from awareness. Lead. Leadership here is not a title. It is influence through composure and clarity. Final transformation peak. The pressure rises one last time. Imagine a high-stakes scenario, complex personalities, competing agendas, emotional intensity thick in the air. Years ago, this environment might have unsettled you. Now, no hesitation. You enter steady. No doubt, you read the room in seconds. Clarity. You detect fear beneath aggression, insecurity beneath dominance, alignment beneath silence. Power. You regulate your breath. You slow the pace. You anchor the conversation. Presence. You speak when necessary. You pause when strategic. You guide without force. Move forward. You redirect tension. You expose inconsistency calmly. You reinforce alignment where it exists. Lead. You do not chase attention. You do not demand authority. You embody it. No hesitation, no doubt, clarity, power, presence. Move forward, lead. This peak is not explosive, it is controlled. You are no longer reacting to the room, you are shaping it. Integration is complete. When someone lies, you detect deviation instantly. When someone speaks from fear, you respond with steady structure. When someone expresses confidence, you recognize whether it is grounded or fragile. You are composed. Always. Years from now, imagine who you have become. Respected. Not because you seek respect, because you radiate stability. Composed. Not because life became easy, because you mastered your response. Decisive. Not because you rush decisions, because you see clearly. Imagine walking into boardrooms, negotiations, partnerships, conflicts, and opportunities with this level of awareness. You are not intimidated by personality. You are not deceived by performance. You are not destabilized by emotion. You are not destabilized by emotion. You are the stable center. People sense your steadiness. They speak more carefully around you. They reveal more unconsciously in your presence. They trust your judgment because it consistently aligns with reality. Reading people is now instinct. You no longer need to think. Observe posture. You no longer remind yourself, watch for micro-expressions. You no longer consciously monitor every tone shift. You simply know this instinct is the result of discipline. You built it. You refined it. You embodied it. Imagine years from now, respected, composed, decisive. Conversations feel transparent. Negotiations feel strategic. Conflicts feel manageable. You are not surprised by human behavior anymore. You understand it. And because you understand it, you lead it. Leadership at this level feels natural. You do not dominate, you direct. You do not intimidate, you influence. You do not manipulate, you guide. No hesitation, no doubt. Clarity, power, presence. Move forward, lead. There is a quiet confidence inside you now. Not arrogance, not superiority. Calm certainty. You trust your perception. You trust your composure. You trust your decisions. Say it internally. I am ready. Again, I am ready. You rise not through volume, but through steadiness. I rise. Again, I rise. You no longer allow circumstances to define your reactions. You decide who you become in every interaction. Say it clearly. I decide who I become. The mastery of human insight is not about controlling others. It is about mastering yourself in the presence of others. It is about reading reality without distortion. It is about responding with intention. It is about leading with calm authority. And now, it is who you are. Move forward, lead. You are not the same observer who began this journey. You notice more. You hesitate less. You lead calmly. Where others react, you remain steady. Where others guess, you see patterns. This is not manipulation. This is awareness sharpened into strength. You trained your perception until signals became clear. You disciplined your emotion until pressure no longer controlled you. You elevated your presence until rooms adjusted when you entered. And now, you walk differently. Not louder, not forced. Grounded. You listen with depth. You speak with intention. You hold silence without discomfort. You are not rushed by tension. You are not shaken by dominance. You are not misled by performance. Human behavior is no longer confusing. It is readable, understandable, navigable. Pause. Feel the shift. You are not chasing approval. You are operating with clarity. Clarity gives you calm. Calm gives you power. Calm gives you direction. This is your advantage. This is your edge. From this moment forward, you enter every interaction prepared, grounded, certain. You do not fear what is unspoken. You do not fear strong personalities. You do not fear pressure. You understand it. And because you understand it, you lead through it. Say it clearly. I'm ready. I rise. I decide who I become. This is not the end. This is the standard. Move forward.
You made it to the end. That already says something about you. Most people stop early. You stayed. If this audiobook challenged you, if it sharpened your focus, if it reminded you of who you're becoming, then don't let this be a one-time moment. This channel exists for people who choose growth, discipline over comfort, clarity over noise, progress over excuses, If you want more audiobooks like this, more mindset training, more leadership, more inner strength, subscribe, like this video so it reaches the people who need it, and share it with someone who's ready to rise but hasn't found the words yet. Stay consistent, protect your mind, and keep moving forward. This is only the beginning.